Hi everyone, welcome to another video in this series of building an AI agent from scratch. In this video, we'll be finally calling LLM. Actually, we already did it, but in this time we'll be calling it from our code and really looking into what's happening. All right, so we in this course we are not going to use any SDK or any external third-party library. We'll simply use the fetch built-in fetch function from Node.js because we are hosting our LLM using Olama and it's hosted on a local server. So we'll be making a call out to slash API slash chat endpoint and we'll be getting back a response from the LLM. Now, what do we actually send to the LLM? So the message in should be in this format where you define a role and then the content, which is the actual message. And the role can be one of three types, which is system, user, or assistant. System is the developer instruction. For example, it can be you are a helpful assistant, or it could be something which defines a persona for the LLM. For example, a financial analyst or a, I don't know, maybe a consultant or a lawyer. And you can even define your guardrails in these system instructions because these system instructions are meant to be sent for each call to the LLM, and these are always given priority because it always comes as first string in the LLM call. And then whatever message is sent by the user, those should be sent with the role as user, and the response which we get back from the LLM, they are defined with a type of assistant. Now, why do we need this? Because we are only sending user messages and system messages. But remember that if it's a to and fro communication where multiple time a user is asking question, instead of just sending the current question, we also need to send the entire history. So LLM knows and understands the entire conversation, and in those cases we need to specify the assistant response as well so it can better answer the questions in as part of the conversation. All right, so here's a sample code where I'm making a call out to our local host API chat endpoint and it's a post request. Now, why do we need to define a model here? It's because we are calling the Olama server, and at one point of time we can host multiple LLM applications on the Olama. So you need to specify the model name, and this is case sensitive. So use the Olama list command to get the actual name of your LLM model. And in this case, we are only sending the role as user and the message. No system or assistant messages here. Those will be covered in later videos. And notice that we are also setting this stream to false. It's just for simplicity because we don't need to care about streaming and handling streaming responses. But if you set it to true, the LLM generates messages as it goes, and each message string it will be streamed back to the client app, and that's how you see those chatting and typing in, animations in the LLM chat windows. Now I've already created a example file, so let's look at it. So it's the same thing. We are getting the model from process environment variable. If it's not defined, we just take the quincoder model as the default, and same for the prompt. And then we are calling the LLM with this format and then printing out the response that we get from backend. And notice that the data is a big JSON, so we are only printing out the message.content from there. All right, so just an example, I've already executed this command first call JS with a prompt that explain gravity to a 5-year-old, and this is the response we got. So that's all. Thank you.